Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Thursday, as Bitcoin has been holding up its major support level quite well over the last 24 hours, filling the CME gap at 18,800, and we've yet to see any further lows. There's a real bullish case on the table that I want to talk about, Snipers, with the S&P 500 forming a higher low so far, finding support at the yearly support level where we had our yearly lows. There's a potential bullish case that we have to discuss on the table right now with Bitcoin above 19,000 US dollars as I record this video, Snipers. Let's dive straight into the charts. Smash like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this content. So let's talk about what's happening right now, because the DXY is forming new yearly highs, but despite the strength that we're seeing here with the DXY, the S&P 500 has yet to form any new yearly lows, indicating that there is strength in the equity markets, and that right now you can see we are at the previous weekly open for the E-mini futures contract at 40.24, indicating that coming into Friday, if we close above this previous weekly open, which is currently the major level, it could be a resistance, it could be a support. Right now we're sitting at the previous weekly open. If we get above 40.24 and we close above 4,000, that means we're above the 20-week moving average for the S&P 500, and now we could potentially say that maybe Bitcoin came down here to fill the CME gap that it left unfilled and has formed a potential higher low, and that we could potentially come back towards this major resistance of 24,300. Is that on the table? Well, the immediate short-term resistance right now is 19,555. The S&P 500 is sitting at its previous weekly open. This is Bitcoin's previous weekly open, 19,555. If we can get above 19,555, the major resistance right now, the previous weekly open, then that is a straight shot potentially towards that $24,000 level. Of course, it's going to take some time to get there, but 21,500 is also a very important area of confluence that we'll start to look for. But the fact of the matter is, Snipers, the range that Bitcoin is playing in has a support of 17,204 and a resistance of 24,000 US dollars. That's the range Bitcoin is in, and getting above 19,555 gives us that first confirmation that we could potentially see 24,000 get tested again. Now, let's talk about what's happening at Ethereum. Coming into the merge on September 15th here, in about a week, what you'll notice here is we have this potential head and shoulder pattern on the table. Now, in order to invalidate this head and shoulder pattern, this right shoulder, Ethereum needs to break above 1760. If we can break above 1760, that is a potential bullish confirmation that as the merge comes, we could be seeing a buy the hype, sell the news type of rally there for Ethereum. With the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart about to test 88,300 Satoshis. This is an important level. This was the highest the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart got during this bull market. And if we get above that and we break new highs for the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, Snipers, I am telling you, there's an unprecedented opportunity on the table for us with altcoins, because the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is going to lead other altcoins and give more confidence to other altcoins. So that's a huge puzzle piece that we'll continue to monitor here on the Snipers channel. As always, the best cryptocurrency technical analysis on the internet. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, Snipers. Once again, let's keep going here on the charts. The Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, pretty important. The DXY will continue to monitor, but the S&P 500, my gosh, look at that. Above the 20-week moving average right now. What a beautiful sight to see here, because that means that we could potentially just have formed a higher low, and this could be a potential short-term bottom here that was formed in June when inflation peaked. That's what the bullish storyline is, and that's what we're going to run with. And if we look at Bitcoin dominance, indicating that maybe Ethereum is going to be seeing this move to the upside, with Bitcoin dominance breaking major support, continuing to sell off. It looks like it's forming new yearly lows right now. Why wouldn't the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart form new yearly highs? I think that this has a direct correlation to the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. It shows that institutions are saying, yes, we agree with this merge. We agree with what is happening to Ethereum. We are putting our money where our mouth is, and that's institutional money. The fact that the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is doing very well, we're seeing Bitcoin move into Ethereum in anticipation of this merge. But remember, on the merge, buy the hype, sell the news. Let's see what happens on September 15th, Snipers. The main point is Bitcoin is trying to get above its previous weekly open, which the S&P 500 has already done. It's sitting at its previous weekly open, but it could get above it for the Friday close. Bitcoin's previous weekly open at 19,555. Why did Bitcoin come down below 19,000? There's a very specific reason. It filled the CME gap. That's important, and that could have been a final destination. The fact that there was a CME gap there, it got filled, and now we're seeing some upside. That could certainly be a storyline. If we break back below that CME gap, that's not going to be a good scene for Bitcoin. But we know 17,204 is what we're watching. As long as S&P 500 has no new yearly lows, there's no reason Bitcoin is not going to find support back at that $17,000 level as it did in June at 17,600. We could form a double bottom, a lower low, but I do not see a reason for Bitcoin to transition into a lower range of price to 13,000, 10,000, whatever that might be, is not on the table right now. I want to be very clear, snipers, especially with Ethereum merge coming up. 1760 is a major resistance. If Ethereum breaks 1760, to the moon we go, snipers. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this content. I believe that's all I wanted to cover today. I will quickly mention some revolving parts that are significant that could give us some early indicators. The Bitcoin against SPY chart, it's having a ball here at this major support level, not necessarily giving us any major indications of where it wants to go, but it's testing major support. We'll continue to monitor that. Bitcoin against money supply, let's see what's happening there. Higher low form, we didn't break those new lows. How's international markets doing? Wow, Japan up over 2%. What a great way to potentially come into the US equities opening up here soon. Why is that the case? Well, the DXY did have a bearish daily candle close yesterday. We talked about that. And so maybe now we're seeing international markets react to that. That gives the S&P 500 a nice green light for the Friday open. Good to see Japan up over 2% as I record this video. And by the way, I know Queen Elizabeth passed away. People are saying that that's going to have an effect on the market. I don't think it's going to affect the market. I think that it was sort of expected that at some point or another, you know, she was getting quite old, 96, 94, whatever it might be. I don't think that's going to have an effect on the markets, but my salutes go out to the friends and family of Queen Elizabeth. I don't know if any of you have any direct contact with her, but I hope everything is going well. And with that, thank you all for tuning in to this video, snipers. I will see you guys next time, snipers.